Hi, my name's Ollie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of eToro, or what I personally think are some of the pros and cons. If you enjoyed this video, then I'd really appreciate an early thumbs up, as it really helps with the YouTube algorithm so that my content can reach more people. Also, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you're notified of all of my latest videos. I upload videos every week on personal finance and investing and how to reach financial freedom. Please note the information in this video is not intended to be investment advice, and if you want investment advice, you should seek a licensed professional. Also, past performance is not indicative of any future results. So I'm going to start with the pros and then we'll move on to the cons afterwards. So my number one pro of eToro is that I think it's great for beginners in a number of ways. They have a really intuitive, easy to use interface, and they do not overcomplicate it with loads of technical jargon. If you saw other brokers, they go a lot more in depth and have a lot more options and technical jargon, which may be a bit much if you're just starting out. So like I said, there is lots of great functionality for beginners on eToro. And one of their major selling points is their copy trading functionality. For those of you who are completely new to the concept of copy trading, then if you use copy trading and copy a trader on eToro, if that trader places a trade with 20% of their portfolio, then you will place a trade for 20% of the total amount you have copied that trader with. And when they close their position, it will also close your position automatically also. If the person you're copying has, say, $1,000 and they invest 20% of their portfolio, which is $200 into Tesla, and then if you came along with $500 and copied this trader with $500, then because they invested 20% of their portfolio into Tesla, you would also invest 20% of your copy amount. So 20% of 500 would be $100. So you would open a position for $100 into Tesla. So it's great for people who are just starting out and want to learn more about the stock market, or if you want a more hands-off approach and would rather let someone else manage your money. Or if you don't want to spend lots of time researching individual stocks yourself, then you can let someone else manage this for you. Either way, if you're just starting out, I highly recommend only investing with money that you would be willing to lose, because as with all trading, your capital is at risk. So if you're copying a trader and they lose money, then you will also lose money, unfortunately. So I highly recommend you do research into the traders you want to copy before throwing money at traders randomly. So while on the platform, you can press this copy people button here, which you can filter in any number of ways and then drill into a trader. While on their profile, you can see their historic stats, and while past performance is not indicative of future results, this may help you make your decision of a trader that you may want to copy. You can also see which assets they currently hold in their portfolio, and if they're an established trader, then they should have a bit of a bio where they will describe their investment strategy. And so hopefully you can find someone who matches your own investment goals. And also, if you have any questions, you can message the person directly to get some more information. Basically, a PI, or popular investor as they're called on eToro, gets paid by eToro, so it's in their interest to reply to you because they get paid based on their assets under management. So the more people that copy them, the more assets under management they have. If you want to learn more about how I find traders to start copying, then I've got a video on that subject, which I'll put a link to up here and in the description below the video. Also, as an alternative to copying people, if you're starting out, you may want to invest in some of these copy portfolios that eToro has, which is kind of like a mini ETF or a mini portfolio that is managed by eToro. And in these copy portfolios, they will automatically copy multiple markets or traders. So for example, there's copy portfolios relating to cryptocurrencies or renewable energies, or even the highest quarterly gainers or the most active traders. So it's worth having a look if you're just starting out. And both of these are a great way to get exposure to assets or industries that you may not fully understand in depth or don't know enough about to pick an individual company that you want to invest in. So if you don't know a lot about cryptocurrencies, you could find a trader who invests quite actively in cryptocurrencies and just copy them. So my number two pro of eToro is that they offer fee-free trading. And while they do offer fee-free trading when you invest in stocks, there are other fees around the platform, as eToro obviously has to make money somehow, as all brokers do. So you will probably pay for it in another area. But there is 0% commission when buying stocks, whereas on some other brokers you can pay up to £12 a trade. So if you trade a lot, then this is definitely a positive. And for this reason, if I can purchase an asset on Etoro, this is the primary place I will look to purchase it. If you want to know more about fees, then I actually have an in-depth video on the subject, so I will put a link to that up here and in the description below. So my number 3 pro of Etoro, or advantage of Etoro, is that I personally like the access to the variety of assets. So if you were to click on trade markets here, for example, you can see they've got stocks, ETFs, cryptos, indices, commodities, and currencies. And while some of these are CFDs, it does still mean that you can hold these assets on one platform. And also, if you're starting out in the crypto space, then this makes it very easy to purchase cryptocurrencies, as you do not need to mess around with any wallets. But if at a later date you do want to move it to a wallet, then depending on where you live in the world, you should technically be able to move it to a wallet. And I say should because I tried to move some XRP the other day and apparently this functionality wasn't available in my area yet. But even though I can't transfer it to a wallet, I could always sell it on the Etoro platform if I wanted to. So my number 4 benefit of Etoro is the low minimum first deposit, which is $200 in most of the world, with a few exceptions, which you can see here on this site. So it turns out Etoro actually changed this page since I recorded the video the other day, so hence why my voice sounds slightly different as I'm recording this again. So $200 is the minimum deposit in most of the world, with the exceptions of a handful of places. So the USA is $50. If you're in these countries here, then the minimum is $1,000, or if you're in Algeria, it's $5,000, or if you're in Israel, it's $10,000. And after this, all deposits other than the first time deposit are required to be at least $50, which is also pretty low. So this makes Etoro very accessible to lots of people. So my number 5 benefit of Etoro is the research tab, which you get on 90% of the assets on the platform. And they've made it really easy to visualize the data by presenting it in a graphical form. So as a quick overview, as you can see on the left, there is the analyst consensus, which is a 26% buy, 56% hold and a 19% sell. Then on the right hand side, you've got the analyst price targets. And so as you can see, we tested the price targets very wildly, where one analyst has a price target of $40, whereas another one has one of $1,200. But you can see this on the graph here. And if you want to drill into why a specific analyst has a certain price target, you can drill into one of these articles here. And then further down, you can see hedge fund activity for this asset, and you can see the amount they've bought, and you can see the trend. So hedge funds increased holdings by 228,000 shares in the last quarter, and they've got another indicator here. And then further down again, we've got insider transactions, which shows people who work at the company and whether they have bought or sold shares recently. So there's lots of research on offer which can help you to decide whether you want to invest in an asset. And next, my number 6 reason that I like Etoro is that if you are a good trader, or if you're just starting out, then maybe one day you may end up a good trader, then you can actually make money on Etoro by being a popular investor. And there's different tiers for the amount of money you get paid based on the number of copies you've got and the amount of money that these people have copied you with, which I'm not going to go through in this video. But bear in mind, you can't apply to be a popular investor if you're copying other people. Otherwise, you could just go and copy one of the best people on the platform and then get paid for every trade that they make. So you can't do that. And this is the same for copy portfolios also. So like every company in the world, no company is perfect, but this has definitely not put me off from using the platform. So I wanted to give my opinion on some of the negatives. So my number 1 con or negative for Etoro is their support is pretty dire. Now, depending on what Etoro club tier they put you in, you may be assigned an account manager. So if I have a question, then I always send him a message and he gets back to me very quickly, and is generally very good. But if it gets passed to the technical team, then it often takes a few days for them to get back to me, and they quite often mark the case as resolved, even though they haven't resolved it. And even today, I got a response from the technical team about a question I had last week, and they didn't even look at the screenshots that I included and just reeled off a load of rubbish. And they also did that last week as well with another question. So yeah, the support isn't very good, if I'm being honest. But the other question I had last week after being upfront and saying, did you even look at the screenshots? They did look at the screenshots the second time, and I did end up getting a full explanation. So I've yet to have an explanation for the problem I've gone back to today on, but I hopefully should get one in the next few days. But saying this, I know all brokers across the world have had a massive surge in users over the past year. So it's understandable that this has put a bit of a strain on the support. Now, in relation to this, I know they did have server issues one day in the past couple of months, which I did experience when I went to log in. Now, luckily, as I'm a long-term investor rather than a day trader, this didn't cause me any issues. But if, for example, you had wanted to close out a trade, then this could have caused a bit of an issue for you. Now, I don't know how quickly this issue was resolved, as I just came back later on in the day and everything was fixed. But this could actually happen to any website, and in my experience, this is the only downtime I've personally experienced on the platform. So generally, the service in my eyes is okay, but you may find people online saying otherwise, as they may access the platform more often than I do, or may have missed out on being able to close out a position. But if you also compare this to my other broker that I use, sometimes I can barely get on their website. So in comparison to them, without naming and shaming the other broker, Etoro is comparatively a lot better than the other broker. So my number 2 negative for Etoro is, even though there is a wide variety of asset types, they do sometimes lack on certain stocks and ETFs. So this is why I also have another broker account on another platform, and these aren't always small cap stocks or ETFs that aren't listed on the platform, but I do know that Etoro continually adds new assets over time. So my third negative about Etoro is the lack of a monthly report or statistics on the platform. For example, if you go to the news feed here, this is my virtual portfolio, by the way. You can see here some stats. You actually get more on the mobile app, weirdly, which I thought you would get here. While you do get stats on your profile page, it doesn't really give you a weekly or monthly breakdown on the website, which I think is a bit rubbish. Whereas if you go to other brokers, they have lots of reports and graphs showing your weekly and monthly progress. So I've recently been trying to track my weekly and monthly Etoro portfolio progress on a number of different portfolio trackers online, but I've yet to find one that is suitable for my requirements. If you can recommend any, then please let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, at this rate, I will probably be moving to a spreadsheet. So my fourth negative about Etoro is its ability for beginners or anyone to use leverage without fully understanding or grasping the concepts of it. So if you're just starting out and you don't know what leverage is, then I highly recommend you stay away from it. As an overview, you're technically borrowing money from Etoro to increase your exposure to the market. So while you can make money very quickly, you can also lose money very quickly also. So if you'd like to learn more on that subject, then I do have a video on it, which I'll put a link to up here and in the description below. So while I've covered some of the pros and cons of Etoro from my own opinion, I'm sure many other people have other opinions. So please let us know in the comments what you think the pros and cons of Etoro are, as I read all of your comments. So overall, if I'm being honest, I've been on the platform for over 4 years, and I would definitely say the benefits outweigh the negatives. But I'll leave it up to you to decide whether Etoro is the right platform for yourself. Also, for those of you who are interested in signing up and haven't signed up already, then why not give Etoro a go, where you can get a free virtual account to play with and experience the features and functionality of Etoro without actually depositing any real money. So if you haven't signed up yet, then I'll leave my affiliate link down below this video, where if you do sign up using it, then I will get a kickback which helps support this channel, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Also, all the other links which I've talked about in this video, I will leave below it. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, then please remember to smash the like button. Also, if you want to learn more about how Etoro works or about personal finance and investing, then please go check out my channel, as I've got numerous videos on the subject. And please subscribe and press the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any future updates, as I upload content every week. It's been Ollie from Get Geek. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.